Hello, my name is Tim Mackey, and I'm Head of Software Supply Chain Risk Strategy at Black Duck Software. I also have the privilege of serving as co-chair of the Software Assurance Working Group at the Information and Communication Technology Supply Chain Risk Management Task Force, or ICT-SCRM Task Force. For those of you not familiar with the task force, it's a public-private partnership co-chaired by CISA through the National Risk Management Center and the Information Technology and Communications Critical Infrastructure sectors. The task force provides advice and recommendations to the federal government and private sector owners and operators of critical infrastructure on means for assessing and managing risks associated with the ICT supply chain. Over the course of 2 years, the Software Assurance Working Group has diligently worked to develop the Software Acquisition Guide for Government Enterprise Consumers, Software Assurance in the Cyber Supply Chain Risk Management, or C-SCRM, Lifecycle, or simply the Software Acquisition Guide for short. And we're proud to have the guide published in August of 2024. As most of us know, cyber attacks target an enterprise's use of software for purposes ranging from disruption of operations, through malicious control of computing environments, and to data breaches. Many well-known attacks have exploited vulnerabilities and weaknesses in software and within software supply chains. This issue spans both proprietary and open source software and impacts both private sector and government enterprises. Addressing this reality has prompted an increased need to rebalance responsibilities for cybersecurity risks between software suppliers and consumers. Both suppliers and consumers play critical roles in cybersecurity, and each needs an increased awareness of software supply chain security risks. While the potential for exploitation varies and includes both cyber criminals and potential nation-state adversaries, threat actors use similar tactics, and procedures. Since software suppliers make security decisions throughout the software lifecycle from design, development, and potentially even deployment, responsibility for customer security outcomes from those decisions lies with software suppliers. Unfortunately, technology procurement and acquisitions are challenged by the level of transparency provided by suppliers of software and cyber-physical devices relative to their development and third-party supply chain management practices. While acquisition staff have a general understanding of the core cybersecurity requirements for a particular acquisition, they often lack the ability to assess whether a given supplier has practices and policies in place that better meet the ongoing cybersecurity expectations of enterprise users of the products. The nature of this problem is called out in the National Cybersecurity Strategy, which highlights that often cybersecurity responsibilities are borne by software operators rather than those best positioned to address the issue, software suppliers. In response to the core challenges of software assurance and cybersecurity transparency in the acquisition process, the ICT-SCRM Task Force Software Assurance Working Group developed the Software Acquisition Guide, focused primarily on software lifecycle activities. The Software Acquisition Guide emphasizes the adoption of secure by design principles by enterprise acquisition officers as they manage the procurement of software. Acquisition and procurement staff, such as those in a requirements office, could leverage this guide to initiate discussions with their cybersecurity staff and enterprise risk owners such as CIOs and CISOs. The guide goes beyond attestation forms that are a necessary starting point to addressing risks that include relevant U.S. government guidance to mitigate risk exposure. The Software Acquisition Guide focuses on multiple phases of software production, covering software supplier governance, supply chain management, development policies and procedures, deployment practices, and vulnerability response processes. By walking through the questions included in this guide, the various acquisition stakeholders can discuss means for mitigating risk during the market research phase, performance work statement development, product, service, or solution evaluation, supplier selection, and during post-award monitoring, regardless of the assurance level required for the award. A companion spreadsheet has also been provided to streamline the process of answering questions in the Software Acquisition Guide, making it easier and more efficient. The Software Acquisition Guide and the companion spreadsheet can be used by anyone interested in identifying risks in their software supply chains, whether internally or externally sourced. It provides insights on software assurance practices that could be used as evaluation criteria when considering prospective suppliers or products. I encourage you to visit the CISA site listed on your screen to learn more about the Software Acquisition Guide, as well as other resources that might help your organization better understand and address supply chain resilience. Please also take the quick survey on the site to provide us with feedback on the Software Acquisition Guide. Your insights are crucial for shaping version 2 of this guide and improving the procurement process across government agencies. Enhancing the next version with your help is essential for its success and usability. By working together, we can create a product that meets the needs of all stakeholders and addresses evolving cybersecurity challenges. Thank you.